Hello people of YouTube, it's Deephack here, and welcome to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 and iniBuilds A350. Today we're going to take a little bit of a hop from Edinburgh to Stockholm Arlanda, and we're doing so on VATSIM, as we often do. Just for a bit of a laugh. From previous streams I have fixed the audio, I think, so let me know how things are if I'm loud enough, and also you'll be able to hear VATSIM this time. On one of the previous times it didn't work. And this is my first time flying a heavy. This is the A350-900. We're doing a Scandinavian flight today, Scandinavian 2001 Heavy. And I've never flown a heavy before, and I've only had this aircraft for a couple of days, so this is going to be interesting. We'll see how we get on. Welcome to the stream, Tog. Lovely to have you aboard. Fly it like it's hot, indeed. And I can actually see the chat this time, because I have my laptop. So yeah, we've got about 45 minutes to off-block's time. So without any further ado, we should start getting the aircraft set up. Boarding is going to take a bit of time. So we're going to start by powering up the aircraft on the batteries. I'll just wait for some of the avionics to come online, and we'll start configuring and make sure that everything is okay. That's some of the avionics fans coming on. Looks like the controls are looking good. There we go, that's all fine. Yeah, gear levers down, throttles idle, flaps up, spoilers off, and all that jazz. No peanuts on this flight. Do they allow peanuts on flights anymore? I don't even know. So this is a very, very modern, very, very advanced aircraft. And it's also the biggest aircraft that I've ever flown in Microsoft Flight Simulator as well. So this is going to be a bit of a laugh. We'll see how we get on. And I hope you all enjoy the flight. Should be about an hour and 55 minutes in the air, and the block-to-block time, I actually can't completely remember. Oh, I discovered SimBrief actually has an EFB app for the in-game tablet. This is absolutely brilliant, because it means I can bring my flight up and display it right here in the little tablet, which is kind of handy. So here we are, Scandinavian. Let's view our actual flight plan for today. So I've got this, and then of course this aircraft has the OIS as well, which I'll boot up in just a moment. So it's all very, very fancy and modern. Okay, and with that done, let's... nav lights are already on. Actually, let's do our full scan here. We're going to connect external power. Number 1 and number 2. That's going to get everything booted up now. Lots of relays clicking. And IRS 1, 2, and 3 into nav mode. Crew oxygen on. Ground mode for the recorder. Gonna get no smoking signs. Oh, actually, devices can remain on just now. I don't need to switch that. And emergency lights armed. I don't think there's anything else I need to turn on right now. There's the fire system going through its self-test. And yeah, we've got pretty normal messages coming up here. We'll clear these messages on the FMS. And let's go ahead and load this flight into the OIS. There we go, we've got our details coming up there. These days it's all hard pretzels. Yum, 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 yum. Cool, alrighty. And with that happening, we should probably got the APU on so we can warm up the cabin. Speaking of that, what's the conditioning panel telling us? Cabin's about 13 degrees right now. Don't have the outside temperatures yet. Let's get the APU on. You don't need to do a pause between master and start on this version of the Airbus. They've worked all of that out. So, APU should be coming up. We can close that condition page. Hello? Why can I not close the condition page? Oh, there we go. That's it. Alright, we can monitor the APU start. Once we've got warm air blowing into the cabin, I'll start boarding. Actually, let's let's get all the ground equipment in place as well. So, can we get the jetway here? That would be nice if we could. No, is the jetway not going to work? Let's try that again. Operate jetway. There we go! Haha! Okay, we can do a proper jetway boarding. Nice. Disgusting! As they say. Oh, and let's get connected to VATSIM just now as well. There we go. That'll take a few moments to load up. Okay, so that's nice. We've got the jetway connected. Excellent. Let's actually get the bleeds on. If you bleed. And let's check the condition page. There we go. That's it. Packs are on. Things are starting to warm up. Let's begin boarding. Oh, actually, before I do that, I should actually load the load sheet. We'll import it from SimBrief. We'll set. And we'll set. There we go. Numbers are all correct now. What have we got? 30.45 for CG. Nice. And yeah, let's begin the boarding, because that's going to take a while.
Boarding requested.
We have 324 passengers to load today, so that might take a little bit of time, especially given that we've only got one door. Can I get the... No, I can't get the stairs here. From this stand, we can't do it, unfortunately. Oh, looks like we've got a fair number of VATSIM aircraft going on. I've managed to figure out how to turn off the AI bullshit. So yeah, any aircraft that we see are actual real human aircraft, which is kind of cool. Yeah, looks like the cargo's getting loaded up now as well, and our pushback truck is sitting waiting for us. That's good. Oh, you forgot where we're flying to. Okay, Stockholm Arlanda today. That's where we're off to. Oof, okay. Even with the packs on, the aircraft's not warming up that quickly. Anyway, let's start getting everything initialized. We're going to do flight plan request. This will pull it in from SimBrief, which is kind of acting as our company dispatch system. Got request pending. It's came down over the data link. Let's insert. And actually, let's pop the first officer's side into ATC comm for just now. I'll leave this up, because we'll probably do that next. Alrighty, this all looks pretty good. IRS is in a line, available in a few minutes. That's good. Departure today. We're taking runway 24. I'll put this in just now because this is what I've got already in my flight plan, but of course we might get cleared something different once we speak to air traffic control. So we'll insert that departure. Looking good. And then at the destination side, let's set up our arrival. Arrival, we're expecting... So what are we expecting? Runway 26. So we're expecting runway 26 via... well, ILS 26. Standard arrival. Oh, we've got via. None. Standard arrival, it's LTOC to hotel, and insert.
Passengers boarding starting.
Okay. Back to the init page. So we've got our departure, nav aids, fuel and load. We'll get all of that in just now as well. I've got 0 fuel weight as 195.7. Boop. Center of gravity, 30.45. Block, I'm taking 16 we'll call it 5. Enter. Passenger numbers 324. This is going to be used for the packs. 324 is going to figure out what flow rate it needs using that. And if we give it a few moments, it'll start calculating all the bits and bobs. So yeah, we should be landing with about 2.2 tons of fuel or 30 minutes of excess flight time. Nice. Okay. I'm going to leave it like that just now. There's some more programming that I'll do in a moment. But we'll stick with that. Let's get the radios programmed up. Very fancy, modern new radios on this aircraft. Oh yeah, US flying would be fun. Definitely. Okay, so we've got the ground on 121 decimal. Oh, there's no, you don't do the decimal. 755. That's in. Let's pop it across. And we're going to turn it on. And I'll pop on VHF2 as well. And the interphone. And the cabin interphone.
Scandinavian 7 Delta Whiskey after Ryanair Boeing 737 passes behind from left to right. Stand 1, push and start approved.
I'm going to silence him for a
Push
moment.
and start approved after the Ryanair.
Right, so I'm going to listen to the ATIS quickly. 131355.
Information Hotel. Time 1750 Zulu. Runway in use 24. Information India. Time 1820 Zulu. Runway in use 24. Transition level flight level 70. Surface. Wind 2108 knots. Visibility 10 kilometers or more. Fuel at 3,500 feet. Temperature +6. Dew point +2. QNH 1027. Ground is open. Departing aircraft.
There we go, 1027. And that was hotel. Information hotel. Great, let's turn this back on.
Speedbird 13 Foxtrot.
Okay, and what other setup do I need to do here? Performance page. We'll get ready with that.
Speedbird 13 Foxtrot, Edinburgh ground.
Okay, we're still in a line, about a minute or so to go on that. How are we doing on boarding?
Edinburgh ground, Speedbird 1434, request taxi.
We're boarding passengers.
Speedbird 1434, Edinburgh ground, good evening. Taxi stand 4 via
Let's get the
Alpha
charts
and
ready
Echo.
while we wait.
Stand 4 via Alpha and Echo, Speedbird 1434.
Yeah, we'll grab this one. We'll have that. And then we're doing departure Grice 3 Charlie. We'll grab that one as well. And yeah, if I jump back to just the ones I've pinned, I've got these two. Perfect. Okay. And yeah, runway 24. So we're going to push back, come round here, and take off. Nice and simple. Nice and simple. Okay, and with the APU running, I can actually disconnect external power number 1, and I'll leave number 2 connected for now. Okay. Anything else I need to set up right now? I don't think so, not this very moment. So I'll do my performance calculations soon as well. Takeoff performance. Let's... Oops, need to...
Edinburgh ground, sorry about that. Speedbird 13 Foxtrot. Squawk
Sync the weather.
6631.
Yeah,
do
Speedbird 13
air conditioning
Foxtrot,
off.
sorry, your escape's being a bit funny, so it cleared your squawk code there, so just put that in your in and it will be
So
happy.
33, 38, 46.
Okay, roger that. Speedbird 13 Foxtrot.
133. 138. 146. And we're going to do a flex takeoff. And we've got flex 44. Enter. Flaps 1. THS 29.
Good evening, Shamrock 350, going to taxi Alpha and hold to Alpha 1.
We're going to do packs off.
Shamrock 350, Edinburgh ground. Good evening, hold Alpha
Transitioning
1
at 7,000.
Hold Alpha 1 to Shamrock 350.
Nice. Okay, let's see if I can do my departure clearance here on the data link. I don't know if our chappie here is set up. He may or may not be. So we're at gate 16 today.
Seabird 881, taxi, holding point Delta 1, runway 24 via Foxtrot Alpha.
Holding point Delta 1, runway 24, Foxtrot Alpha, Seabird 881.
Okay, transfer to the mailbox, and let's switch our cursor to the mailbox. So there's our request for pre-departure
Shamrock
clearance.
350, continue taxi,
Let's send
stand
it.
10 via Alpha, Echo and Foxtrot.
See if our guy has this system set up. He might
Alpha,
not be.
Echo, Foxtrot, stand 10, Shamrock 350.
Hello, Stevie B 83. Welcome, welcome. Right, let's get these Q&H's in. We've got 1027 today. Okay, I've got another just under half an hour until my block time. We might actually might end up getting away early. Let's see how it goes.
Request any further stand.
Shamrock 350, stand 10 should be a few more on your right. You're just currently by stand 8, so you can go on any of them, really, doesn't really matter.
Okay. It's my fault.
I'm going to set up my airport navigational system.
Speedbird 881, contact Edinburgh Tower, now 18.705.
18.705, Speedbird 881.
There we go. Nicely set up here.
Scandinavian 7 Delta Whiskey, are you ready for taxi?
I just give it like 1 more minute. Scandinavian 7 Whiskey.
That's right.
Oh, the ATC is a bit loud. Okay, let me turn that down a bit then. See if that's any better.
350 on the rocks, thanks a lot, please have a great evening, bye-bye.
Thanks for flying, mate, see ya.
Okay, nav accuracy upgraded, GPS primary, received stations.
Scandinavian 7 Delta Whiskey, roger, taxi, holding point Delta 1, runway 24 via Echo and Alpha.
Yeah, we don't have anything. I don't think this guy's set up.
Echo Alpha, Scandinavian 7 Delta Whiskey.
Nordic 62 Romeo, after the Scandinavian A320 Neo passes behind from right to left. Stand 3, push and start approved, face north.
Yeah, gonna make a copy of the flight plan just in case.
A320 Neo, Nordic 60 Romeo.
And then we're gonna leave up the flight plan. Okay. Park brake on, no smoking, blah blah blah, APU bleed. Okay, everything's looking pretty good. It looks like cargo is already loaded, so we're now just waiting for the passengers.
Nordic 1641.
Still a lot of passengers to go.
And 1 Alpha. Nordic 1641, roger, stand 1 Alpha, push and start approved, face north. Push and approved, face north, Nordic 161.
We do have a bit of time till our block time anyway. Oh, and pop up my mic, you say? Okay, let me see if I can do that. Thank you very much for the feedback. Let me see. Advanced audio properties. Right, if I do that, let's see what it does. That's me boosted myself a little bit. Let's see if that's better. Okay, I'm going to want traffic and weather on my navigational display. I don't think there's really anything else to do just yet. We're really just waiting to board the passengers. 324 today. I can't remember exactly how many the aircraft can take, but it's a lot. This is by far the biggest aircraft that I've made use of so far. In fact, let me give you a feel for the size here.
Ground, Speedbird 13 Foxtrot, stand 18, requesting push and start.
This is me walking around at ground level.
Speedbird 13 Foxtrot,
It's a big boy.
stand 18, push and start approved, face north.
And there's our passengers boarding.
First start through, facing north, speedbird 13 Foxtrot.
Scottish ASMR. Marvellous.
Scandinavian 7 Delta Whiskey, contact Edinburgh Tower now 118.705.
11870.
Oh, I should set my backup instrument as well. To QNH 1027. There we go. That's it. Nicely done. Okie dokie. How's that passenger boarding going? Alright, okay. Actually, we're getting there. We're getting there. I think we'll get away ahead of time, actually. We've got about 20 minutes to our off-the-block time. I feel like we'll probably get away early. So here we are in Edinburgh, and we're going to go all the way to Stockholm Arlanda today. Ah, thank you, Tog. Thanks for the feedback. So, yeah, got our flight plan here. I also have it up on the little tablet that you have in-game. As I said at the beginning, really excited that SimBrief actually have an EFB app for this. I also have the Navigraph Charts app on this little tablet as well, but we're not going to need that today. But this is a really nice reference to be able to pop up on the screen. So, welcome to the stream. If you've just joined, I'm here in the iniBuilds A350 -900. We're going to be taking a little hop from Edinburgh to Stockholm Arlanda. So, should be a bit of fun. Okay, just a few more passengers to go now. And I'll set this. I'll set this controller up for my transponder.
Stand 14, push start approved, face east.
Just start through, face east.
Status page, normal. Aircraft's in a good configuration. Digestives covered in gold bar, he says. How odd. Oh, this is a GSX Pro, by the way, that I'm using for the loading. The iniBuilds A350 has integration with GSX, as you can see here. So rather than bringing up the GSX menu, I can actually control everything directly from the OIS here, which is quite nice. It's just a bit of fun.
Edinburgh ground, hello, Speedbird 337 Juliet at stand 24. Looking to clearance to Bilbao with information India on type A320.
I'll get my clearance now, actually, so I'm
Speedbird
ready.
337 Juliet, Denver ground, good evening, cleared Bilbao, Gotham 1, Charlie departure, squawk 6230.
So let me check the.
Cleared Bilbao, Gotham 1.
Let me check that ATIS again.
State north. Visibility 10 kilometers or more. View at 3,500 feet. Temperature +6. Dew point +2. QNH 1027. Ground is open. Departing aircraft make initial contact on frequency 121.755. Acknowledge receipt of information in view and advise aircraft type on first contact.
Okay, information India we're on to now. Okay, I'll make sure I say that on first contact. Let's set ourselves back up.
Ready for taxi. Nordic 1641, follow the company, Boeing 738 in front, holding point Delta 1, runway 24 via X1 Alpha.
That's that pre-programmed.
Follow the company, to runway 24, holding point Delta 1 via X1 Alpha, Nordic 6141.
Edinburgh ground, Scandinavian 2001 Heavy, with you at gate 16. Have information India on board. Request clearance to Stockholm Arlanda as filed. bet I don't have the right push-to-talk set. Yep, I do not. I did not transmit that. Okay, give me 1 sec. I'll fix my push-to-talk. There we go. Let's try that again. Edinburgh Ground, Scandinavian 2001, heavy with you at gate 16 with information India on board. Request clearance to Stockholm Arlanda as filed.
Scandinavian 2001, Edinburgh Ground, good evening. Cleared Stockholm, Christ 3, Charlie departure, squawk 6312.
Grace 3 Charlie departure and squawking 6312, Scandinavian 2001.
Scandinavian 2001, be back correct, QNH 1027.
QNH 1027, Scandinavian 2001. Okay, so squawking. What was it again? 6, 3, 1, 2. Transponder set.
Yeah, having some problems with the sim, that's no problem, shut my off.
My tug rider, good night.
Okay, almost finished boarding
yeah, thanks
now.
for flying anyway, see ya. Nordic 62 Romeo, contact Edinburgh Tower now 118.705.
118.705, Nordic 62 Romeo, thank you.
Crew should finish that shortly, and then they'll close the doors for me. And then I'll ask the ground crew to move the jetway and connect me up to the pushback truck. Okay, we'll set up for... yeah, get ready to turn on the TCAS on the other page. There we go. Nice! So this is a very, very nicely modelled aircraft. The thing that I've been less impressed with, I have to say, is Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. The beta of Update 1, which you have to have installed to run this aircraft, is a little bit unstable, so hopefully we don't get any crashes today.
Contact Edinburgh Tower now 118.705. Contact Tower 118.705, Nordic 1641, have a
Yeah, we're about 15 minutes to my block time now.
Easy, sir, bye.
So we're doing alright. Oh, looks like we just finished. Boarding is complete.
Ground, Speedbird 13 Foxtrot, ready for taxi.
Speedbird 13 Foxtrot, check the squawk 6331.
Okay, let's kill the external power. Turn on the fuel pumps.
6331.
A firm, Speedbird 13
Beacon light
Foxtrot.
on. Seatbelts on.
Sorry about that, it should be corrected now. Speedbird 13 Foxtrot.
There we go, thank you very much. Speedbird 13 Foxtrot, taxi, holding point Delta 1, runway 24 via Golf, Mike and Alpha.
Due to icing conditions,
Taxi,
please
holding
stand
point
by for
Delta 1
engine start
via
until
Golf,
push
Mike
completed on brakes set.
Speedbird 13 Foxtrot.
Okay, jetway's in motion. Right, I'll ask for my pushback clearance in just a moment.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Scandinavian 2001 requesting push and start at gate 16.
Scandinavian 2001, Roger, standby.
Okay, wants me to wait.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Yeah, the whole place is cleared now and they're just going to connect me up.
Locking gear.
Tell us more about the snacks!
Edinburgh Ground, good evening. Qatar 64 A350, stand 20, information into QNH 1027.
Oh, there's another A350. I wonder why. Why are there more A350s?
For X-ray, Edinburgh Ground, Roger, standby.
I get the feeling Edinburgh Ground's busy with something just now.
Scandinavian 2001, stand 16, push and start approved, face north.
Push and start approved, facing north, Scandinavian 2001. Oh, wait, no, I'm not supposed to do that yet.
Speedbird 337 Juliet, request push start.
So, I want to go... Which way's north?
Seabird 337 Juliet, check the squawk 6230.
Nose to the right, okay.
Roger.
Release parking brakes, please. Commencing push.
Seabird 13 Foxtrot, contact Edinburgh Tower now 118 decimal 705.
Till push is completed and brakes are
Foxtrot
set.
Tower, cheers for the ATC, mate, and have a good evening. Speedbird 13 Foxtrot.
You too, mate, thanks for flying, see ya. Seabird 337 Juliet, thanks, stand 24, push and start approved.
24 push and start approved, Speedbird 337 Juliet.
Normally I would start the engines just now, but the ground crew have told me that the weather is too cold and I need to wait for the push to finish, and then I can begin engine start. So we'll give it a moment. And here we are at beautiful Edinburgh. Okay, they're doing a pretty good job of pushing me. This is the standard scenery, no special profiles or anything like that. So, yeah, GSX doing a pretty stand-up job, I would say. Okay, and we're actually getting away a little bit early, so we should arrive ahead of time. There's somebody on the takeoff run.
Edinburgh ground, hello Blackbird 077 Alpha, good evening, we're on Alpha.
Okay, they should stop any moment now with the pushback.
Blackbird 077 Alpha, Edinburgh ground, good afternoon, continue Hotel Alpha 15.
Continue hold short Alpha 15, Blackbird 077 Alpha.
Please set parking brakes.
Okay, parking brake on. Okay, we should be cleared to start the engines now. So, engine mode to ignition, and we're going to start 1, then 2. And master switch 1 on. You should listen to this. And watch for the nacelle jiggle as we start up. That's actually the wrong side.
Blackbird 077 Alpha, continue Papa, stand 201.
Continue Papa to stand 201, Blackbird 077 Alpha.
Nice little jiggle there on the nacelle. Okay, 1's coming up. It's coming up, it's coming up, it's coming up, it's there! There we go. Avail. Okay, starting 2. We'll do this one from the inside. I like that kind of bassy rumble you get as they start up. Oh, cabin's indicating ready. That's good. This is a triple spool, so we've got N1, N2, and N3, and these engines are managed on thrust, which is different from the older ones, like A320s, A330s. Depending on the engine option, they'd manage either on EPR or on N1. These have a percentage of thrust instead. Okay, that's 2 good starts. Engine mode selector to normal. Let's put the surveillance equipment on default. That'll pop on the transponder. And we're going to select above for takeoff. At this stage we're going to want taxi lights. No, not wing. They don't have turn-off lights in this one. That's why I'm confused. APU bleed can come off. Is there anything else I want to set just now? I don't think so. I think that's all pretty standard. We're going to go auto brake on. We're going to go flaps 1. We're going to call the ground crew and tell them we had a good start.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Arm the spoilers. And we'll do the takeoff config check in just a moment. Okay, slides are armed. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So, they should be disconnecting now. We'll give them a moment. Yep, they're away. Time to taxi. Edinburgh ground, Scandinavian 2001, ready for taxi.
Scandinavian 2001, taxi, hold short Delta 1.
Say again, Scandinavian 2001.
Scandinavian 2001, taxi, hold short Delta 1.
Taxi and hold short, Delta 1, Scandinavian 2001. Okay, where is Delta 1? I'm not familiar with that. Let's have a little peek. Alright, okay, so yeah, basically go the whole way. Go the whole way. Okay, off on the parking brake, and away we go. Okay, so I'm going to taxi all the way up to here, and then I'm going to turn right. Oh yeah, actually, John, I noticed Wagsy's haircut as well. He did indeed have a nice haircut. Okay, we're going to bring it around here. Actually, I should have probably turned a little earlier there, although we are a very big aircraft, so I think we'll be okay. Yep, I took it a bit wide there. We're also going to do our flight controls check at Delta 1, because I've not done it yet. I've also not done my checklists. Oh, what a bad boy. I should have demonstrated the electronic checklists that this aircraft has. We can probably do them on the move, actually.
337 Juliet, sorry about this. Can you just, I'll be about another 5 minutes before I push.
337 Juliet, roger, push cancel.
Okay, gear pins and covers, fuel quantity, takeoff data, barrel ref, doors are closed, parking brake as required. Checklist is complete.
2001, contact tower 118.705, goodbye.
Next checklist, after start, anti-ice is required, we don't need it, ECAM status is normal, pitch trim is set, rudder trim is neutral.
Correction, Speedbird 327 Juliet, ground to with me.
Repeat.
337 Juliet, can you read?
Probably, I'm trying to sort my rudder pedals out at the moment, sorry.
337 Juliet, roger, are you able to read me?
Yes, I can read your pedals, sir.
Scandinavian 2001, ground.
Ground 2001.
2001, contact tower 118.705.
13. Sorry, say again.
118.705, tower, goodbye.
118.705, Scandinavian 2001. Okay, that's totally not the frequency I had before, so that's why I was confused. 118, oops, I've messed that up. 118.705. And let's swap that across. Okay, I'm on frequency, so let's go. Strobes on, landing lights on, APU off, electronic devices off. Takeoff config check we need to do. We got normal. That looks good. I don't think there's anything else to do at this stage. Edinburgh Tower, Scandinavian 2001 is with you at Delta 1, ready for departure.
Scandinavian 2001, good evening. Surface wind 2003, 8 knots, runway 24, flight Delta 1,
Copy wind, clear takeoff, runway 24, Scandinavian 2001 heavy. Okay, we're going to enter the runway. Yeah, I know, very bad. I've not been doing my checklists. So before takeoff checklist, I should have done this already. I should have also done my flight control check. Oh dear, it's all falling apart. It's all going terribly. So let's get ourselves onto here. Let's get our departure loaded up. This is not a very big runway for us. We've got about 400 meters of extra space, so we do need to be careful. Okay, takeoff lights are on. Internal lights are all set. We're going to go packs off for this takeoff. Okay, let's do our before takeoff checks. We're going to pretend we did the flight controls. Flight instruments are set. We've briefed. Those are set. Squawk is set. Takeoff runway confirmed. Cabin crew have been advised. That's complete. And then last one, we've got the after takeoff. We'll take that after takeoff, funnily enough. Let's jump back to the flight plan. Okay, I think at this stage we are good to go. And what do we have as an initial climb? Okay, initially we've got 6,000 or so. Let's pop that in the box. He hasn't actually cleared us to anything else specifically. Okay, we're going to run up to 50%. Hit the chrono, and we're going to go flex. Confirmed. Okay, 50% down on the side stick until 100 knots. Okay, easing off the stick, 100 knots.
V1.
V1. Continuing. Rotate. Oh, that's smooth. That is very smooth. Just small, gentle movements on the side stick. Positive rate. Gear coming up. We actually had more runway than the calculator said we should. Okay. Lever into climb. There we go. Looking good. Continuing.
Scandinavian 2001, no further ATC
122.8. Good evening, Scandinavian 2001.
I'm good, light, fine.
Okay, we're going to go autopilot 1 on, and because there's no more ATC, we're going to set ourselves straight to our cruising altitude, which is 41,000 feet. Bloody hell. Flight level 410. Okay, packs 1 and 2 will come on now. So we've got pressurization. Nose wheel goes off. And let's run that after takeoff checklist. Okay, landing gear is up. Flaps 0. Yep. Let's bring the flaps up. Let's disengage the ground spoilers. And barrel ref set. Checklist complete. Okay, and let's zoom our navigational display out. There we go, that's more like it. And let's go arc mode. I'm more accustomed to that. Yeah, it really, really leapt off the runway, didn't it? So, we're at our first constraint, which is 6,000 for Grice. At this point, I'm going to let people use their mobile devices. There we go. And landing lights will remain on for now. Okay, configuration looks pretty normal just now. Oh yeah, we were going to go 1, 1, 2, 2, 8. Switch. And up we come. She's a big bird. The sounds are really nice. Ah, and there's the bridges. Up we come. Too much time in the Harrier, yeah. It's a beautiful day for a bit of flying. So, cabin altitude is climbing, temperatures are about normal. Everything's looking pretty good. I'll get my charts ready for our arrival. So, we're arriving Eltok to hotel. Wow, there are a lot of arrivals. To hotel. Here we go. That's our arrival. Very, very simple. Okay, we'll keep this one in mind. And yeah, we'll want the actual approach chart. We're going to have... what runway was it again? I've already forgotten. Runway 26. So ILS for 26. There we go, that's the one. So that's ILS for 26, and then we'll grab the airport chart so we know what we're doing once we arrive there. There we go. Okay, so pinned charts. That's us, we've got everything we need now. We can actually get rid of the Edinburgh charts off of here now, and now we've just got approach, no, well, arrival, approach, and airport. That gives us everything we need. Nice. Okay, once we pass Grice, I think we can continue our climb. Oh, yeah, that would be kind of cool, wouldn't it, John? I can see that. So, we're over Fife now, continuing our climb in just a moment, I would imagine. And feel free to ask questions, chat, if you have any about the aircraft or the simulator. I am monitoring on this occasion. Okay, we're going into D-rated climb now, and we're going to climb all the way up to 41,000 feet. So we're going to push for standard, and I'll set my backup instrument to standard pressure as well. Do we even have any controllers on the way there? I don't think we do on this occasion. I'm just checking on vatsim-radar.com. If you want to follow my flight, you can look me up on there. I am call sign SAS2001. Should be pretty easy to find. And yeah, we do have... we've got Stockholm Approach and Stockholm Tower. I don't know if they'll be there by the time I arrive, but yeah, we're on the way. Scandinavian 2001 Heavy. Go check me out on vatsim-radar.com if you want to follow my progress in real time. Oh yeah, Tog, I only just recently realised that it has these driving features. I actually have not. No, I've not tried out any of that stuff yet. But maybe I could in the future. I'd be open to giving it a go. Okay, so we're about to pass flight level 100. I'll release the cabin crew. And we'll go landing lights off, seatbelt signs off. And up we go. Road trip! And we're above 10,000, so aircraft's now accelerating as well. And yeah, you get this nice little jazzy little vertical profile. We can also note that we can actually move the cursor into the navigational display, and we can actually directly interact with navigational elements there. So that's another feature of this very, very modern aircraft. We can't get it on the kind of status display here. I forget exactly what this one is called, but we can get it into the mailbox, although there's nothing to interact with in here right now. And of course we can get it into the two halves of the multifunction display as well, where we have the FMS and so on. So it has this warning about emergency fuel on board. I don't really know what this... would that be to reach the alternate? Minimum fuel at I guess I could just adjust this. Let's just say that we want 5 tons at destination. Yeah, there we go. Then the warning goes away. I don't know if I should have done that or not. But nonetheless, I've cleared the warning. So we don't have quite as much reserve fuel as we maybe should have, but, you know, landing with 5.3 tons, I feel like we're still absolutely fine. I don't know if they would do that in the real world or not. Now let's bump our navigation display range out a little bit there, and away we go. Oh yeah, that would be cool. Unfortunately, they haven't implemented ACARs in this yet, so you can't get company messages, because they have implemented Hoppy, but they're only using Hoppy for the CPDL data link. So I have the data link between me and air traffic control. I can go into ATC comms to access all of that, but unfortunately we don't have ACARs and company messages and things like that. Otherwise, you could send me telexes. That does work in the Phoenix A320, and it also works in fly-by-wire and a bunch of other aircraft as well. So, yeah. When I'm flying other aircraft, that should be possible. Also, I'd be very, very surprised if iniBuilds don't eventually implement that for this aircraft. So, yeah, perhaps at some stage in the future, you can send, chat can send telex messages directly to my mailbox in the aircraft. That would be kind of fun. Have I messed with the emergency features yet? I have not, and because I'm flying on VATSIM today, I will not. But yeah, you can go into emergency, you can enable emergency mode and declare an emergency via the data link. I'm not going to do that, because that's very naughty indeed. Very naughty indeed. Cool, we'll just pop this back on the flight plan just now. So everything's pretty normal now. We're really just monitoring the aircraft as we continue our climb. There's not really anything else that I need to adjust here. Yep. Edinburgh disappearing behind me. Oh, what's happening? I just got a text message. Oh no, it wasn't a text message, it was a position report on Unicom. Okay, fair enough. Oh, the scenarios you're talking about, yes. There's a bunch of cool stuff actually implemented in here. If we go to the main menu and go to situations, we can simulate depressurization, bird strike, dual engine failure and GPS jamming. And in the future they're looking to implement medical emergencies, unruly passengers and smoke in the cabin. And then you also have the option to individually fail certain systems on the aircraft. But we're not going to do any of this today, because we're flying online. So yeah, no mucking about. We can bring up our en route display as well. We're approaching Brecon. This map is a little bit slow to respond. Ah well, I'm not going to mess with that, because the worst thing that could happen is that I get the flight sim to crash, and on occasion it's been doing stuff like that. What's that down there? Looks like there was another aircraft very, very far below us. Let's pop the aircraft back into normal for the TCAS. See if we can see anyone out there. No, not currently. The inflatable autopilots, yes. That is very, very sad. Oh, there we go. I've just got an aircraft. Traffic just above us to the right. Okay. Are we going to get a resolution? Or he's probably a bit further out than he looks. Yeah, he's significantly further out than he looks. So BEE2DP. I wonder who that is. Oh yeah, actually they're miles away. That's, what is that? That's a de Havilland. A DH8 flying from Manchester to Aberdeen. Very exciting. An arrival in Aberdeen. That's kind of cool. So yeah, like I said, I'm getting this information by looking at vatsim-radar.com. You can track me on there. I'm SAS2001. Passing flight level 240. You don't even need to be in a war zone these days if you want to simulate GPS jamming. You know, so much of that happens in the Baltics, not far from where I live. You know, because of... what's that little bit of Russia that's closer than it should be? Because of Kaliningrad, there's a lot of GPS jamming happening in the Baltics. So yeah. It's not necessarily just war zones where you get that. Basically anywhere near Russia these days has a lot of GPS jamming. those damn Ruskies jamming our navigational signals. Okie dokie. I don't think we have any more checklists to do just now. Yeah, not until we get to approach. A quick scan of everything, but it looks pretty good. The Polish-German part of Russia. Yes, that's correct. So you'll note that our climb rate is pretty slow. This is because we're doing a derated climb. That's the default in the A350. We would have the option, if we wanted to, of slapping it into a normal climb. If we go into the performance page here in climb, we're in the automatic derate. We could switch it into normal climb, but I'm not going to do that right now because this is much more economical, you see. So this is a good option. The airlines like this option. Saves them a lot of money. And we've got the top of climb in, yeah, almost 9 minutes. We'll be at top of climb. At 41,000 feet. And that's us, we're out over the North Sea at this point, making the crossing towards Norway. We'll go right over the top of Norway, and then we'll make our way into Sweden. Yeah, stick it into burner. Yeah, if only it was a Concorde, that'd be a laugh. But yeah, very nicely modelled aircraft from iniBuilds. Great, really nice new release here. The synoptics and everything are just really nicely reproduced. You can see everything. And of course these MFDs with the brand new FMS systems and so on. Like in the real aircraft, you see this PAM rest. The front of this PAM rest is like a trackball. And you're moving this cursor using the little trackball here, and you've got clicky buttons and a scroll wheel. It's really very cool. And then of course this keyboard unit as well for input. So you can basically just sit back, rest your hand on that PAM rest and control everything from there. It's a really nice setup. And when you're on the ground, I don't know if, well, you're probably not allowed to do this if you're pilot flying, maybe if you're the pilot monitoring. But yeah, certainly when you're on the ground, you can fold out the tray table. And if you fold this part, you actually have a full-size keyboard. And this can interact with the multifunction display. I think it can also switch to the OIS as well. So you have the ability to very quickly and easily do all your data entry from this as well, which is rather nice. Like I said, I don't think the pilot flying would fold this out in flight, but I guess the pilot monitoring can. Oh yeah, John, you're talking about the supersonic aircraft that's being tested. I forget exactly the name of the company, but I think the aircraft is called the X1. Who makes the X1 again? Is it called the X1? Am I making that up? It's a supersonic airliner. Boom. Boom Aviation and their XB1. Yeah. So yes, they have. They've already been doing test flights. I watched one of their test flights in a stream. It was really cool. Yeah, this one's not made by SpaceX. It's made by Boom Aerospace, as I recall, if I recall correctly. So here we go. We're passing flight level. Well, shortly we'll be passing flight level 340. This is kind of the sort of altitude that you tend to be in, like a kind of more medium or short haul flight, like in an A320 or 737. We're going right past that, all the way up to flight level 410. We're really flying high today. It's all just haze at this altitude. You can't really see anything. Oh yeah, very much so. Successors of the Concorde, yeah. So there's our top of descent. Sorry, top of climb. There's our top of descent all the way over there. So we actually have a decent length of cruise today. It's a very, very big plane, of course. And yeah, you probably wouldn't employ it on a route this short, to be honest. Well, I don't know. It's like, yeah, just under 2 hours. Like, I don't think you would fly an A350 for just under 2 hours like this. Oh, the Concorde ski, the Soviet Concorde copy. Yeah, that's not flown for many decades now, and was horrendously unsafe. Okie dokie. So yeah, everything's going pretty good so far. Shame I don't have any air traffic controllers to test the data link with. So again, if you want to monitor the flight with me, you can check out vatsim-radar.com and look for SAS 2001, Scandinavian 2001. That is me, and you can monitor the flight in real time on VATSIM. Yeah, we're definitely contrailing now. I don't know what's going on with this strange anti-aliasing on the horizon here, but that's just good old Microsoft Flight Simulator for you. I guess they'll fix all the bugs at some stage. So once we're in the cruise, we'll begin our planning for the arrival so that we have all the systems programmed up ahead of time. I'll show you what that involves. This aircraft doesn't have the traditional low, medium, high braking settings. It has a system called brake to vacate, where if you tell the system which taxiway you intend to vacate the runway using, it will automatically adjust the braking to bring you to a decent speed to exit at that point. And that's with or without reversers. You could do a landing without the reversers if you want. We're going to use the reversers today though. So yeah, very, very automated, and I'll show you how all of that works a little bit later. But yeah, very much can recommend this this aircraft. It's very, very nice. I'm extremely happy with my purchase. This is nicely integrated with the Navigraph charts, as you can see. If you don't have a Navigraph subscription, it does also work with the Lido charts, which are built in to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. So you're not left out if you have that system. integration with SimBrief, which is really, really nice. You can import all of your stuff. And it also works with Hoppy. If we go into the third-party stuff, yeah, you can put in your SimBrief. It'll work with Say Intentions. It works with Hoppy for the ACARs and so on. Nav data is either coming from Lido or from Navigraph. It's really good. Lots of good stuff. Oh yeah, we'll do our landing calculations at some point as well. I also like how on the vertical profile here, it colour codes whether it's water or ground below you. That's kind of fun. And yeah, we're approaching our cruising altitude now. Just about at flight level 410. Whoops, I kicked in some rudder there. Whoopsie. Oh yeah, I'll pop the constraints up as well, so that I've got them in the descent. So, Frantic, if you're still watching, at some stage we should do another one of those kind of flights together on VATSIM. That'd be a laugh. Yeah, very, very nicely modelled cabin. You can even look inside the avionics bay underneath the cockpit. You can access the cabin here. You know, there's the bathroom if you need to use it. Not going to bother too much with that today though. Let me lock that door again. All very, very nicely modelled, I would say. And there we go. Altitude cruise and Mach modes engaged. We are officially in the cruise. Oh, and actually there's a full maintenance simulation built into this as well. So certain things in the aircraft are persistent. Hydraulic fluid quantities, oil quantities, even the APU oil quantity. This is all persistent. State of the tyres, state of the brakes, the batteries and their condition, and all kinds of other stuff. So yeah, there's a nice little simulation going on here, and you can't just do repeated flights without actually doing maintenance work, which is kind of fun. Everything's very, very nicely modelled, I would say. So now we're established in the cruise. It's probably about time we programmed up our systems for the arrival, just to make sure that we're ready for all of that. We're going to be doing runway 26, ILS. I think I can get the ILS information for that. I think. I'm trying to remember where that is. It's a init page, nav aids, landing system. Here we go. So 11010 and a course of 248. Yeah. So this is all going to be pre-programmed. That's good. Let's do our landing calculation. So we're going to sync it from SimBrief. Arlanda, runway 26. That's only a length of 2.5 kilometers only. We'll grab the current weather. We're going to do full config. We're going to do manual landing. Let's say manual braking with reversers. That's all good. Compute. And so we've got a landing distance of about let's say 1.5 kilometers. So we should keep that in mind. So we're pretty good. We've got a lot of extra space. So with that in mind, what we can do is we can pop the system into plan and then drop it into zoom mode. Oops, I don't know why it's doing that. It's going to take a few moments to load the airport and its information. There we go. And let's zoom down a little bit more. So runway 26 is our landing runway. That should be highlighted. There we go, that's highlighted for us. We're going to land here, and you can see that it has markings for dry and for wet. Conditions, as far as we're aware just now, are dry, so we should be good to go for something a little bit after the dry distance. We can see the X-ray 3 is looking pretty good, so we can click this exit and we can say set BTV exit. So if I click that, it's now going to give us all the information about that exit, the amount of distance. That gives us 1.6 kilometers. We needed about 1.4 as per our calculations. That's pretty good. And it tells us turnaround times for our brakes to cool as well. So I'm pretty happy with that. That looks good. Let's select the runway condition. Yeah, we're going to leave it on runway condition dry. As far as I'm aware, it is indeed dry. And at this stage we can simply turn on auto brake, and you'll see that we have pre-selected BTV, which means brake to vacate. That's the system set up. That will now operate on landing. So we can pop it back into arc mode and back into an appropriate zoom level, and we can continue with our flight. That's basically the programming done for the arrival. So, what's our time to the top of descent now? Top of descent, here we go. That'll be at 9:41 in sim time. What's the actual current time? Alright, okay, so quite some time to go yet. We're going to be chilling out in the cruise for a little while. So yeah, this is not going to be the most exciting stream ever. We're mostly just chilling here in the cruise now. It's going to be somewhere in the region of an hour before we begin our descent. So you know, feel free to talk among yourselves. You know, post questions into chat that you might have. If there are things you want me to demonstrate on the aircraft, I can certainly do that. As long as it doesn't involve deviating from my flight plan, of course. And yeah, we'll just enjoy the ASMR. Cabin's looking nice and chill. We're about halfway across the North Sea now. We're going to make landfall just about south of Stavanger. Apologies to any Norwegians. I'm sure that's not how you pronounce it. Now, for an aircraft of this size, and the power of the engines, with that derated climb, you can see we've barely burned any fuel. You know, we started this flight with 16 tons of fuel on board. We've burned about 5, which is pretty good going, I would say. Yeah, fuel usage, yeah, 2.7 tons per side we've burned so far. That's quite impressive. Yeah, I found the comments about combined arms very interesting as well. I didn't realise that that was what, you know, where it came from. Yeah, there's a lot more they could have done with combined arms, of course. Oh, there we go. We've actually got some cloud showing up now. Yeah, speaking of which, let's grab the weather in. Oh no, has it happened? Yeah, I think we just had a WASM crash. Okay, this is a problem that we've been having with Flight Simulator 2024. I think it has actually crashed. I was afraid this might happen, and I don't think there's any way of uncrashing it, sadly. Oh dear, oh dear. So yeah, the simulator continues to operate, but everything inside the aircraft is frozen and won't work. Yeah, you can see the displays are not responding, although I can move the controls around. Okay. Give me one moment, let me see if I can clear this, but it might be the case that we are doomed. I'm going to quickly do a search here. That is very unfortunate, but this has happened to me already. Yeah, I don't think this is recoverable. Yeah, I think we're stuck. We might need to abandon this flight, I'm afraid, chat. Everything is frozen, nothing is working anymore. Alt F4 the cockpit, yeah. Damn! Oh well, I was hoping we'd get away with this, but apparently no. Yeah. So the OIS is still functioning, it's completely separate, but nothing actually associated with the aircraft and its controls is now functioning. It's totally dead. Like, I can press buttons and make lights go on and off, but it doesn't actually affect anything. And also, like, things like, you'll note the airspeed and the altitude are frozen now, it's just not updating. Absolutely nothing. Oh well, and yeah, the timer is frozen as well, because that froze at 8:49. Yeah, that was 5 minutes ago. Yeah, it's been frozen for 5 minutes. I wonder, is there any way... If I hit restart, it's going to take me back to the beginning, isn't it? Right, I'm going to disconnect from VATSIM before anything horrible happens there. I'm going to hit restart. This will restart your flight from the starting point. Damn! Yeah, it's completely crashed. I'm very sorry, chat, but that's unfortunately where this flight is going to end today. It might be that I'll need to wait until iniBuilds releases their update. They say that they're trying to rush out a hotfix just now, which will improve these problems. I have had this happen twice before. And then actually this particular version of Microsoft Flight Simulator, version 2024 Update 1 Beta, has generally been very, very unstable, even out with this particular aircraft as well. Yeah, I've had multiple crashes to desktop as well. So I might need to wait until things become a bit more stable. So, terribly sorry everybody. I hope that you enjoyed that nonetheless. It's a really, really nice aircraft. I very much recommend the iniBuilds A350. It's unfortunate that this version of Microsoft Flight Simulator, which it depends on, is pretty unstable. But we'll do some more flying very soon. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Ta-ta!